all of my glorious viewers. Tonight was interesting. Yeah, I'll stick with interesting, and you will see why in just a moment. It was so interesting. Persona has the ability to get the scoop because they have eyes literally everywhere. Seriously, there was a camera running the entire time which caught this whole exchange. I only noticed it later in the evening and had to practically beg my brand new coworker to give me the footage and not release it to the site. You'll see why in just a minute. It's not exactly my finest moment.
Oh, you look so nice!
Oh, thank you!
You are sure to turn some heads tonight.
Oh.
Oh, I swear. I know less and less people at these things the older that I get. You know, everything has to be about the supernatural now.
Oh, well.
You know, it used to be that we were perfectly happy to watch a TV show that was about a bar where everybody knows our name. Oh, Ted Danson, though. Oh, now there is someone that I do know. Henry!
Hey!
I'm going to introduce you to someone.
How are you?
You know, I don't know if you remember, I came to the Adolfo set and visited a few years
Mrs.
ago.
Allen, how could I forget?
Thank you.
Looking radiant as ever. Duke is a very lucky man.
Oh, well.
Although I do still remember that you gave my tux a C+ at the Golden Globes. Forgiven, but not forgotten.
Oh, you. All right, so I must introduce you to Cate Morland. She has just joined us at the magazine, and incidentally, she will be covering your panel tomorrow. She's a big fan.
Well, it's very nice to meet you, Miss Morland.
Kate.
Excuse me?
Kate? You can call me Kate. Sorry, she introduced me as Catherine, and no one ever calls me Catherine except for my mom, and then you called me Miss Morland, and I don't think anybody has called me Miss Morland ever, so, you know, you can just call me Kate. I swear, that is what I said. All of it. I mean, to his credit, all he did was laugh, but I mean, why wouldn't you when some random girl is rambling like crazy right in front of you? But then...
Wait, okay, I'll leave you to it.
And then she just left me alone to talk to Henry Tilney by myself because I was managing so well. But then Henry Tilney saved me.
Well, Kate, since you're new to these parties, I will teach you how it works. You see, I'm supposed to ask you how long you've been in town, and then I'll say, oh, wasn't the 405 an absolute nightmare? And then I'll ask you if you've eaten anywhere good that I should know about, and if your room has a city view or a marina view, and then it'll fall on you to complain about room service or something. So, you ready to start? How long have you been in town?
Look, you really don't have to do this.
No, I would love to have my first small talk with you. So, how long have you been in town?
Just since this morning.
Me too. And how long will you be staying?
Just 2 days. I'm working.
As am I. Wasn't the 405 an absolute nightmare?
Actually, I wouldn't know. I flew in.
Really? Well, see, now you throw me a curveball and I've forgotten where I was. Ah, yes, have you eaten anywhere good?
Subway? I honestly said that because it was the only place I'd eaten, because it was cheap and easy. But he just went with it.
I've heard good things. So, does your room have a city view or a marina view?
Pool.
You are just full of surprises, Kate.
It took me a second to get over the fact that Henry Tilney knew my name until I remembered that I was supposed to say something. Wasn't it a travesty that my room service order did not come with caviar?
I hate it when that happens. So now I would say something like, do you actually enjoy working at these conventions?
Oh, yeah. I mean, tonight I've seen the Doctor and Rob Stark. I mean, the Doctor and Rob Stark. Not like cosplayers, although I do love a good cosplay. Sorry. I would then
ask you, how do you feel about attending these things?
Well, if we were talking to an industry bigwig, I'd probably complain about how these things get tedious. But seeing as I'm talking to the Cate Morland, I'd be honest, and I'd say I get pretty into it. And then we could both nod in understanding, and then go on talking like regular human beings. See, now imagine how the rest of this party would have gone if I hadn't prepared you correctly. You probably would have taken your blog and slandered me.
My blog? How do you know
I could see the headline now. Mysteries of Adulto. Henry Tilney out of practice in Hollywood. And then you would have commented about how you look quite nice for your first Comic-Con party and how I made a complete idiot of myself in front of you.
Well, I would never.
You know what I would rather you put? I think I'd rather you say something like, Leslie introduced me to Henry Tilney and we had sparkling conversation. I think that he's the most genuine person in the business, despite his great genius. Yes, something like that.
Of course, that is totally something I would have written, but he didn't need to know that, so instead I said,
well, how do you even know that I have a blog? I might be too busy, writing for Persona and such.
I mean, yes, I have a blog, but I'm not gonna write a post about this. I'm just gonna post a video to my blog, which is totally different.
Well, anyway, I will just say that it was a conversation between two,
Interesting acquaintances who could maybe become friendly colleagues.
Yes.
And that's how we had to leave it. He got called away, but first he made sure to say goodbye, and he said that he was super excited to see me tomorrow. Excited! He said that! And I don't know, maybe I'm completely making things up, but I swear I caught him looking at me a couple times throughout the night. And I'm not completely off base when I'm saying that he was flirting with me a little bit. Right? That was happening, right? Maybe that's just the Udolphet in me, but nothing in grad school prepared me for casual flirtations with your celebrity crush. Ugh, get it together, Kate. How is this my